And welcome to another episode of Releasing Your Inner Bee. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Stacy.
And what are we talking about today? We had a holiday this last week. We were kind of busy. Spring has sprung.
It is 70 degrees out, and 3 days ago it was 30. So I will take this weather. I love it.
I do too. I think it's supposed to be 80.
I'm breaking out the shorts.
Ooh.
Means I have to shave my legs.
Oh no.
Just kidding. I actually do keep that up. Thank you. But today we were going to start talking about a stone of the day and then talk about your crystal ball.
Yes.
And scrying.
We're keeping this a little short. Thank you so much for the comments and letting us know, because there's so many things to talk about. There's a variety of subjects that we can just dive deep into, and that's kind of what we've been doing.
And I've enjoyed every second of it.
But we can shorten it, right?
Absolutely.
So
we'll just do quicker ones so you guys can watch the whole thing and move on.
Exactly. So going forward, we'll figure out a certain type of topic, maybe a couple tools, or maybe even scary stories.
Leslie likes scary stories.
If you like them too, let us know.
I like them too. I'm not going to lie. So awesome. So do you want to jump right into the stone?
Yes.
Selenite's my favorite. I think I say that for every stone we've talked about.
I think so too. I know Tiger Eye is my favorite, and Moonstone. Moonstone's my absolute favorite. The selenite has helped clear a lot of negative energy, especially in houses.
Yes. Whenever I do a house blessing or a house clearing, if it's a haunting, before I leave, I always give a gift of a selenite, like a selenite tower or an angel or whatever it is I happen to have or I feel called to leave to the homeowner or the business owner, because we do clear businesses as well. I always leave a piece of some sort of selenite, because it continuously clears that space even after we leave.
That is fantastic. And I even read somewhere about like a little spell or like a house blessing of leaving selenite in the corners. Now, is that what you do afterwards? There's
a couple of things you can do. You can also leave salt in each of the corners of the room. But some people I just leave a piece and ask them to put it by their front door, because what my philosophy is we bless the house, we clear the house, and then when people come into your home, they can bring with them their negative energy, as well as you go through your day. I leave my house. I have days I come home and I'm like, I'm gonna scratch everybody's face off. It was a little rough. Maybe I had one of those days today. I'm just kidding. So I leave it by the front door. So what the idea of it is when you come into your home, like I've always had a big piece like this. It's when you walk into the front door, it's like give the negative energy to the selenite. Like just get in the habit of setting the intention of putting your thoughts or your glance to your piece of selenite. So I always ask them to place it by their door they use the most. It's not always the front door. It can be a side door.
Garage door.
Yeah, it just creates like a little space where you walk through and it kind of just clears away your energy. Because that is what a selenite does. Selenite is not a stone that you have to clear like many other stones. It's actually a stone used to reprogram or clear other stones. So we talked about, I don't think we've talked about it, but like the rose quartz, little pink stone. If it's something where I need to cleanse them, I can just put these around other pieces of selenite. So like this is a charging plate. So this little piece of selenite here is great to put stones on, because you clear them or reprogram them for whatever it is you need to use that stone for.
And you also have a selenite bowl, which I have too for my lithomancy readings, because I felt like
put that right here.
Whenever I was charging or trying to clear out the stones after each reading, it was taking a lot out of me.
Yes. Put it in your selenite bowl.
So we put in selenite, so then that way it can reset, erase, and then be ready for the next client. And it also helps for dreams too. That was a big one.
That was the first time I was ever introduced to selenite, was when my son was having night terrors. Yep. There's someone's like, you got to put this. And it was like, this is a little piece of kind of raw selenite. This thing was huge. Somebody gave me, and I slid it under his bed like they told me to. And this was back when I was very new to any of the stuff. And I got to tell you, it worked.
I have it next to my little niece's bed.
Yep.
I gave selenite rose quartz and amethyst.
Ooh, that's
and a little
good combo.
selenite half moon bowl. So then she will have wonderful dreams, and she's just a little baby, so I imagine that she does.
That's a beautiful gift. Those stones together like that. That's beautiful.
So promoting the good energy and also teaching at a young age.
That's right. There's tools.
Get in touch. So
yep.
On
And
that
then another thing that the selenite does, and it's probably going to be a leeway into yours anyway, is not only does the selenite clear your energy and clear your space, but it also clears your energy. And when you're looking to do any type of spirit communication, Reiki, prayer, anytime you're looking to connect to the other side, the clearer you are as a channel, or the clearer your energy is, the easier the information is. You can get that information, and it's easier that the energy flows through you. So selenite is actually used to help enhance people's channeling abilities by making sure that their energy is clear enough to hear the information coming through psychically.
So it's like a megaphone, or like a...
Exactly. So like if I'm say like I said, maybe I had a bad day today and I want to scratch people's eyes out. Say I'm in a bad mood, but I need to sit down with a client, or maybe I want to scry, or I want to meditate. Sometimes we hold on to any situations that occur in our lives can bring about negative energy through negative emotion. When we hold on to that, it clogs think of it a telephone line, right? It's like staticky. So a simple piece of selenite, even if you're in a bad mood, just playing with it, or especially if you're going to do any work, like we're going to talk about with your crystal ball, it just gets that static out to make you a clear medium. Clean medium. I did shower today. A clear medium.
That would be awesome, a selenite shower.
I know. I need one of those. So anyway, I'll be quiet so you can talk.
Oh, no problem. I was going to say, how does selenite differ from clear quartz? Because I know some people have said clear quartz works very similarly to selenite in the clearing and the channeling, but how do the two stones differ?
So selenite, think of this as like a filter for energy. Nothing gets trapped in these. It's as if it just takes the negative energy out of the air and circulates it back through into positive, right? Clear quartz works with that higher energy, like your crown chakra. However, that stone itself can clear you by absorbing what it's taking out of. So then that stone will then need to be cleared.
Okay, so the stones act like a sponge.
Pretty much, yeah. So when you do crystal healings and stuff, you're putting that, and the energy of the stone is there working it, but the stone's also absorbing the person. So you have to make sure you clear. That's why there's so much selenite in my crystal healing room.
Oh,
to make sure it's cleared all the time.
Do you know where selenite's from?
I do not.
I don't know either. I was just wondering. I know that I have a piece of selenite from Africa that my mom got, but I don't know if it's mined there or that was just something that they... like a mine is there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it comes from everywhere. There's so many different mines. I know that there's a big mine that people talk to about, the Madagascar mines. I don't know if selenite specifically goes there, but I mean, and we get this from Peru, China. Like we have all kinds of wholesalers that sell it. So I don't know. Maybe that will be a takeaway. We should find out what area in the world is the biggest natural supply of selenite.
That's the key, natural supply.
Yeah. I like it.
So this leads to a tool. So a meditating tool. I'm just learning this. I got this wonderful crystal ball from Stacy, and I wanted to learn how to scry. So I'm going to hand this over to her to kind of explain the tool.
So scrying is, do you mind if I just do it on my lap?
Go ahead.
So I don't know if you can see it on my lap. Whatever. We'll talk first and then I'll show you. So scrying, you can use it like a lot of people think of scrying, they think of the Black Mirror. And I know growing up, the Black Mirror was dark magic because you thought, oh my God, a Black Mirror, like it had to be evil. But it's not. It's a meditation. And what the Black Mirror allows you to do is it's similar to the crystal ball. Both of you you're both at scrying. So what you're doing is looking in and having an object that basically can reflect back to you your psychic visions. If that makes sense. So it's like we see with our third eye, but when you scry, you're able to allow that energy to kind of form pictures and stuff in the object in which you're scrying with. Be that a black mirror, scrying mirror, a crystal ball. Some people have these most beautiful black onyx crystal balls ultimately, but it's black onyx, and there's such a mirror reflection of them, they'll use those as well.
Wow.
And you can do, it's not really, I guess, scrying, but anytime you can get a surface that doesn't allow you to kind of, you can't have too much reflection on it. So even if it's a black mirror, if you're using this crystal ball, what you want to do is put it on a black surface like this. This is actually great, this piece of felt. This is awesome. The reason being is when you set this down, you want to make sure nothing's reflective, because you want to see what psychic messages are appearing through your third eye, which is reflecting through that tool.
Can this be done through water as well?
Yes. Anything that you can have reflection from that, how do I explain it? So I've done it with Andara stones. Andara stones are stones that pretty much are kind of glass. They're mined from the caves of volcanoes that have erupted. And so what happens, they come where they're pretty clear. And you can sit and you meditate with them and you look inside it. And what it does is it starts to create pictures and stuff. It's like what you're seeing in your third eye appears on the object in which you're scrying with. But you want to eliminate as much reflection of outside things.
Yes.
Okay. So like right now, if I looked into this, I can see all the bricks. So I can it still works for meditation, whether or not you have reflection, because meditation is calming your subconscious mind. It works for that too, because I can just sit and stare at the bricks. It just gives me an object to kind of like focus on. That's using it for meditation. Using it for scrying, you want to eliminate all the possibilities of that brick, of, you know, this colorful, do you see what I'm saying? To try to eliminate the distractions, so when you see something appear in your crystal ball, you actually know that's of psychic vision. So the ideal situation is you dim the lights a little bit, you put it on a black, some people do use red, it's a solid color. I was taught to use black, so that's just what I, will tell people what to do. So, and then you lay it down on it and you begin to meditate into it with your eyes open. So remember I taught the presence techniques where you stare at something? Same thing. So what you do is, do you mind if I touch it?
Oh, go ahead and touch it.
I feel like I'm going to leave
permission.
prints.
Well, we can always clear it. I have some moon water. I was reading about this.
Here, I'll put it back up
You
here.
can clear it with moon water just by pouring it over or getting it onto a nice soft towel and just clearing
nice.
it. That's one way of doing it, or putting it next to selenite. And my best friend Amanda, she scries using I think it's a dark wooden bowl. I have to remember what it is, but with water. That's how she does it.
And I've seen people with that shiny black onyx, and I've seen it done with hematite too. I've never done it with a hematite, but a shiny black onyx bowl, and then oh my God, it's so powerful.
Can you do it through candles?
Some people can. I haven't. I tend to like to use the objects where I've used water. I have this really cool circle vase. It's like, looks like a ball, but the top's cut off. I filled that with water many times, and I've used that as a crystal ball.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, and it's fun because what it allows you to do is the more you practice it, the more you're forced not to use your eyes, but to use your third eye. And what it is that it's like a muscle, right? If you don't use your psyche senses, they're not going to develop. So it's a way for you to be able to kind of stare and start to see things through a third eye. So what you do is you kind of just stare. It's almost like you lose it's like it goes blurry for a second. And this, whether it's the crystal ball or a scrying mirror or whatever object you use, you just kind of want to stare. You can blink, like some people like, they don't want to blink. You can blink. It's about staring at it and letting your eyes almost start to go a little blurry and just kind of, I don't know, I can't explain it. You just feel a little bit of a shift, and then you notice something in the center of the ball. And it's as much as you can. It's almost like you want to put your energy in that vision of whatever it is. Some people will see a flame. Some people will just see like dancing colors. Some people will see still pictures. I see a lot of still pictures. They look like from the olden days, like they're black and white, gray tone. You know what I'm talking about? I see still photos. Like everybody, no matter what you see, you're not wrong either. So what the thing is you want to try to keep that, and it might kind of come and then be gone for a minute. But the more you stare, it's as if you want to bring that image up closer to you, just by intention. Like you want to make it bigger so you can see it better.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And if you see dancing colors, or you see a flame, or you see just a blob of don't know what it is, but you know it's something, stay with it. Because most of the time, it will start to outline something else, and then it'll flash.
Flash.
It flashes into a still picture. It flashes into a remote viewing. It's the same thing. I don't know if we've talked about it in other shows, but if we haven't, we'll have to. It's the same thing when I speak about the colors. When you close your eyes at night, look for colors. Mine are black and purple. And so I close my eyes at night and I kind of look as if I'm looking at the back of my forehead. Even though my eyes are down here, I'm looking at the back of my forehead. And if you can just, without falling asleep, stay there long enough and you begin to kind of see colors. What you're trying to do is teach yourself to see that third eye. You want to take that training of yourself and put it into the crystal ball.
You hear that, everybody? You need to start exercising.
You need to exercise your third eye. And always, before you do any type of communication, when you use your crystal ball, scrying mirror, I don't care what it is, make sure you always set your intentions that you only want to communicate with that's what's of your highest good. I do a beam of white light. Some people do an egg of white light. Whatever it is you do, but you set the intention that you only want to speak to your higher power, or those brought to you by your higher power. And I say higher power because everybody's faith is different.
And with that, it keeps all the oogly booglies away.
Yeah, we don't want darkness creeping in. We're love and light people. So I hope that wasn't too long-winded. I hope that you're able to grab a crystal ball or a solid surface of sorts, get into a dimmed area, light a candle, but put the candle like behind you. Put it out of sight so you don't want to see the flame reflection in the ball. Or if you feel like maybe the flame will help you, then put the candle, but stare at the flame of the candle through the ball, so you'd put it over here. Mm-hmm. I was just trained to get that, any reflective thing away, so you're not distracted and you are looking at the center of the ball. So when you're looking at your ball, I'm going to touch it again, you're not looking through it. You are literally looking at the center of the ball, and that's where the magic happens. And I wish I could just do it and like have you get to see it, but the more you practice with this, the better. And the more you do it, you naturally meditate and become present. You literally ground yourself by doing these kinds of things. So it's awesome. But anyway.
Now, where does the selenite come in? Can you hold selenite? And
what I would do is definitely have it near you. But I like to I have it all over, so I'll play with it. But beforehand, it's as if you picture yourself in your beam of white light, whatever it is you choose to do, but just to set the intention that I am cleared, I am balanced, I am grounded. I am cleared, I am balanced, I am grounded. I always think I'm a portal of good. I hear all the information I need to hear. Whatever it is, you just want to set that intention in your head, but just simply by holding it or having it near you. Like you can have it with you with your scrying mirror, your crystal ball. Just keep it out of reflection way, so it's not reflecting off of it. Meaning, so you're not seeing it through the crystal ball. So that makes sense at all?
Yes. Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, good.
If it doesn't, please leave a comment.
We'll redo it. But it is cool. It's so cool.
So I think that's all that we had for today.
Yeah, we did good. We will keep them short and sweet, and then hopefully we'll be able to do more.
Like, follow, subscribe to the Underground channel for more episodes. And if you have any other comments, please let us know, or questions as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a presentation by Leslie Albano and Stacy Lynn Shepherd. Like, follow, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Underground Channel. This has been sponsored by Underground Minerals and more. Check out the website at undergroundminerals.com. Come get stoned with us.